Hi, world. My name is China, and I am the scribe. And I know that who is meant to hear this and who can understand this will be able to understand this. My life has changed drastically over the last few months because I have been through an awakening. This awakening was not just a normal awakening. The architect came through me from what I can only have ever seen as like took possession over my body, and it has been having me to write and go places, and government agencies do know about this. Elites and everybody, they do know. However, they will probably deny this because a lot of the things that have started to happen to me have been telepathically. It won't make sense to a lot, but I will read what has happened to me. I have kept notes over the past few months. My family and my friends think something has happened to me. They know that I am definitely different at this point. And I don't know where else to go, so now I am coming to you guys. Okay, so I need to do this within an order for you to understand. So the best way for me to help you understand is to just read to you the notes that I have written when I was able to write. Up until 2 days ago, I was able to also write, but I am no longer allowed to write without permission from the architect. So, this is what has happened. I'm just going to read straight from my book. Creation came through me this time. It feels like these things speak through me. It has communicated physically and telepathically. This is not something I have ever experienced. The symptoms that made me know that this is different is when the architect came inside of me, it put this weight of pure, like solid weight, like an armor over me. And it began to speak through me out of my mouth as well as telepathically. Since the beginning of this journey about 2 months ago, the things or the entities or the species that have entered me would be Annette, Bassett, the architect, creation itself, the type of species I have been able to communicate with, are the yellow beings with 3 eyes, lizards, grays, tall animals like cats, like Bassett. So then I wanted to know, why are these things happening? So according to my astro projections Is it because I am worthy? This is in accordance with multiple species and multiple tests to ensure protection. What does this protection do? This protection has been given multiple times, and I think I am protected. Things that I have seen once ascending is that when you ascend and you astral project past this layer of reality, the next layer is purple. I have been keeping recordings, but now I will make sure to document and date as well. This will be important for the future. I do not know exactly what I am. I have been told to scribe. This is what the architect tells me daily, not only mentally, physically. I'm having a lot of reactions. I do not know how I am going to be able to get this all the way out. I do hope that it does not get blocked, but I do know that I am able to hear people telepathically. I do know why I was chosen as worthy. I do know the telepathic communication does not try to hurt me or others. We communicate and talk about what's going on. They know what's happening, but they cannot help because they don't know if this will be good or bad. They also hear what comes through me. This is difficult for them as well because they have to do things in ways where it is diplomatic. I have even made a list of everything where people have came through. I know this because they all now are using a lot more of the things that I talk about within their own messages. It is subtle and you won't be able to tell. I have reached out to many experts trying to find someone to help me understand. I don't know if they will help or not. I can't email them again. The architect has let that be known. And I have to honor the agreements that I have made. I have tried using sources to try to find this information, but this information does not exist anywhere. I fear these incidents will happen more when I'm around others. I have left my children with my family because of the things that are happening to me. I am supposed to be a scribe, and this message, it hurts because I have to follow a different path now, and this has been a huge drastic change. I have been a very, very, very independent single mother who had cleaners, and now I walk this earth with nothing. In a matter of just a few months, all these things keep happening to me. Everything has been happening drastically. I even have tried to go to psychologists and stuff, but they don't understand. these are things that haven't been seen. These words that I'm speaking to you, these are my words and not of the architect. I'm trying to come to an understanding. I think the Galactic Federation is not exactly how we have been told they are. You don't need spaceships to interact with beings outside of this world. You can just astral project to each other, but they seem to be on different types of places. Maybe they are on ships, I don't know. The breakdown of it all is that I am protected in all of these realms. Through me, it seems more than the Trinity. It is multi-layered. There are multiple beings, multiple gods. I have the architect that's asking me to write and has spoke to me through me. I also was gifted the voice of the real Jesus. I could hear him speaking, but I couldn't understand him, for he was speaking in his native tongue. This was beautiful to hear. This only came through when creation spoke to me, not the architect. I need to keep everything documented for my personal safety and to ensure I don't forget. When I finally get help, all will be documented. The hardest part is not being able to tell anyone, because this has been something that hasn't happened in centuries. And most people are not going to believe. It is not for me to worry. I just have to document and write. Technology, human technology, cannot help me anymore, for this is much more than human tech. I have been able to see very, 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 very old tech that was much greater than ours. I have symbols and everything. But so much is happening. If anyone is out there who can help, please help. If anyone has any knowledge on being a scribe or working with the architect, which hasn't happened in centuries, so I don't know. That is all for now.